Hello everyone, welcome to Edihunt video lessons. We are at the end of the topic, that is breathing and respiration and exchange of gases. We have already finished the bits regarding these concepts, how a human being breathes and what is inspiration, what is expiration, and how the gases exchange between the atmosphere and the tissues, between the lungs and the tissues, and how these are all happen in our body. We have already discussed. Now we are going to discuss about the last worksheet, that is worksheet 3B in NEET model. So let's begin the questions. Whether a child died after normal birth or died before birth can be confirmed by measuring residual volume of air. We can confirm the child whether it is alive or not. Hering brewer reflex related to, it is related to the effect of pH on respiratory center. Presence of large number of alveoli around alveolar ducts opening into bronchioles in mammalian lungs is. It is an efficient system of ventilation with little residual air. This is the correct option. The maximum volume of air a person can breathe in after a forced expiration is. It is the tidal volume plus expiratory reserve volume plus IRV, that is inspiratory reserve volume. How many animals in the given list have gills for respiration? Earthworm, frog, fish, insects, reptiles, aquatic arthropods, flatworms, mollusks and birds. Among these, how many animals breathe through gills? They respire through gills. Earthworm, cutaneous respiration occurs. In frog, during larval stage, that is when it is in tadpole stage, it respires through gills. So it is also not correct. Fish, yes. Insects, no. Reptiles, lungs. Aquatic arthropods, yes. Flatworms, no. Mollusks, yes. Birds, lungs. So how many animals altogether? These are three. Three animals can respire from the group of animals through gills. In lungs, there is a definite exchange of ions between RBC and plasma. Removal of CO2 from blood involves the influx of chloride ions into the RBC. The chloride content of RBC will be higher than that of plasma in. It is systemic veins and pulmonary arteries. Systemic arteries, pulmonary veins, systemic arteries and pulmonary arteries, systemic veins and pulmonary veins. The chloride content of RBC will be higher than that of plasma. అంటే ప్లాస్మాలో ఎక్కువ క్లోరైడ్ కంటెంట్ ఏ కండిషన్లో ఉంటుంది? దట్ ఈజ్ 2. దట్ ఈజ్ సిస్టమిక్ వెయిన్స్ అండ్ పల్మనరీ ఆర్టరీస్. దీనిలో క్లోరైడ్ కంటెంట్ ప్లాస్మాలో ఎక్కువ ఉంటుంది. విచ్ ఆఫ్ ద ఫాలోయింగ్ లంగ్ వాల్యూమ్స్ ఆర్ కెపాసిటీస్ కెన్ బి measured by spirometer? These are all can be measured by spirometer except the residual volume. Here the question must be asked cannot be. not that can be, cannot be measured by spirometer. Functional residual volume can be measured, tidal volume, tidal lung capacity can be measured, and vital capacity can also be measured using a spirometer. But residual volume cannot be measured using a spirometer. What happens in Hamburger shift? Hamburger shift is nothing but chloride shift. It is nothing but chloride shift. Chloride shift happens when chloride ions move out of the RBC. No. Bicarbonate ions move out of the RBC and chloride ions enter in RBC. This is chloride shift. The respiratory membranes facilitates the exchange of respiratory gases through diffusion. We all know that the gaseous exchange takes place through simple diffusion process. Oxygen enters the deoxygenated blood through diffusion because partial pressure of oxygen in alveolar air and capillaries is 100 mmHg and 40 mmHg respectively. This is the correct option. So blood do not become acidic although it carries CO2 because it does not become acidic because there is a strong buffer system exists in the blood. In CO2 transport, buffers plays an important role. This is the correct option. Effect of 2,3-DPG, 2,3-diphosphoglycerate on the human blood is that we know that it releases oxygen from the hemoglobin and it facilitates the absorption of tissues to take the oxygen, liberated oxygen in. At the tissues level, this happens. So it releases the oxygen from the hemoglobin. Ultimately, it reduces the affinity of hemoglobin towards oxygen. So it decreases the affinity of oxygen for hemoglobin. It increases? No. It increases association? No. And it decreases the value of P50. So this is the second one is the correct option. Match the following. There are given two columns and match. We have to match these two columns. Inspiratory capacity, inspire after normal, and it matches with the total volume, total air a person can expiration. So it matches with 1, and expiratory capacity air a person can expiration. This matches with the 3, and functional residual capacity remain in. Expiratory capacity a person can expire is the total volume of air a normal person can inspire. This is 4, option 4. And then functional residual capacity FRC remain in lungs. This is volume of the air that will after a normal expiration. This is 3. Vital capacity is maximal volume of the breathe in after a forced expiration. That is the vital capacity 2. 1, 4, 3, 2. Here it is the correct option. Find out the correct match from the following table. At tissue level, PO2 is 40 mmHg. Partial pressure of oxygen is 40 mmHg and partial pressure of carbon dioxide is 45 mmHg. It is correct. The pulmonary vein 95 and PCO2 is 50. It is wrong. And in systemic artery it is 40, 45. So it is also wrong. In alveoli, PO2 is 104 mmHg and the partial pressure of CO2 is 40 mmHg. So 1 and 4, both 1 and 4 are correct. So considering The following labels for mentioned structures and select the correct sequence of their arrangement. A. Terminal bronchiole, respiratory bronchiole, tertiary bronchi, primary bronchi, secondary, and total pulmonary bronchioles. Correct sequence of their arrangement. So first comes D, primary bronchi, and then secondary, primary, secondary, and then tertiary. So for 45, this comes first, primary bronchi 1, followed by secondary 2, then tertiary 3, then total pulmonary bronchioles 4, terminal bronchioles 5, and then respiratory bronchioles 6. So choose the D, E, C, F, A, B. D, E, C, F, A, B. So this is the correct option. Consider the following 4 statements A to D and select the option which includes all the correct ones only. All the time of inspiration, contraction in diaphragm and external intercostal muscles take place. Normal breathing is also called as abdominal breathing. Expiration during sneezing, coughing, yoga is normal expiration during which internal intercostal muscles and abdominal muscles relax. Inspiration can occur if the pressure within lungs, intrapulmonary pressure, is more than the atmospheric pressure. Among these, how many statements are correct? Let's see. Inspiration can occur if the pressure within the lungs is more. This is wrong. Always the pressure should be lesser than the atmospheric pressure. If it is striked out, then the first one is correct. Normal breathing, correct. Expiration during sneezing, this is also correct. So A, B, C, this is the correct option. First, second and third, 3 statements are correct. Which of the following statement is not correct? That is incorrect statement. We have to pick out among these 4. Formation of oxyhemoglobin is a process of oxidation. Every 100 ml of oxygenated blood can deliver around 5 ml of oxygen to tissues under physiological condition. Dissociation curve is between percentage saturation of hemoglobin with oxygen and partial pressure of oxygen. And high concentration of CO2 activates dissociation of oxyhemoglobin is Bohr effect. So we have to pick out the wrong statement here. So formation of oxyhemoglobin is a process of oxidation. This is not the oxidation process. It is oxygenation. It is not oxidation, it is oxygenation. So this is the wrong one, but in this case, this wrong, we have to pick out the wrong option. Find out the correct match from the following. Larynx, sound box, trachea, complete cartilaginous rings, epiglottis, elastic cartilaginous flap, and alveoli, very thin, irregular walled, vascularized bag-like structures. Pleural fluid reduces friction on the lung surface. So, larynx is the sound box, it is correct, and trachea, complete cartilaginous rings are absent because the cartilaginous rings are incomplete in the trachea. And epiglottis, no doubt, it is an elastic cartilaginous flap. Alveoli, very thin, irregular walled, vascularized bag-like structures. Pleural fluid reduces, yes. So, 1, 3, 4 and 5. These are the correct one. So dear students, this is the end of the class. We have finished successfully all the concepts regarding breathing and exchange of CO2 and various disorders associated with the respiratory system and disorders while breathing, and also various volumes, capacities of the lungs. and the transport of oxygen and CO2 from atmosphere into the lungs and even into the tissues, and various types of mechanisms associated with these transports we have seen. And regarding the oxygen hemoglobin curve also, the shift from left to right and right to left we have already seen. And also we have done exercises with these questions, these concepts. Like one, I always repeatedly I am saying that repetition and revision must give it will give a good result, and it will make you to understand the concept better, because repetition in the revision, we repeat the things, we repeat the bits so many times. If we repeat the bits so many times, it will make an impression on your brain, so it improves your score. Once we do a mistake, if it happens in the past, it will be rectified by revision only. So better you revise your topics number of times, that improves your score and improves your confidence too. So very all the best to all of you, and we have already completed the worksheets regarding these concepts. NEET model MCQs, incorrect, picking out the incorrect statements and picking out the correct statements, and also match the following type of questions, and true or false type of questions also we have done. And we have already we have also finished the labeling of diagrams, like they have given diagram of alveoli, and also the connection or the on the surface there is a capillary with the flowing blood we have seen, and they were given A, B, C, D, and we have to answer, we have to label those A, B, C, Ds. We have already done that type of questions also. So majority of the questions that are frequently asked, that are quite frequently asked in the NEET examination, we have already covered. So only thing left is your revision. So you also do your revision at your homes at your convenient time, and better it is in the early morning. It is better to read in the early morning, because it gives you confidence at that time. So better you do the things better. All the best, dear children, all the best.